All right, in the online synchronous version of Math 123 quantitative reasoning, we use an online homework system called Webwork. Now, when you're on your main page of your course, you should see all of these buttons on the left side, and you see one called Webwork, and this is where you're going to start. So when you click, you will see Webwork spots throughout the modules, but this is where we're going to access our Webwork assignments. Now, when you click this, it's going to take you to a new tab, which I appreciate. And you need to log in. Now, the first time you log in, this is crucial. So when you log in, the username is the first letter of your first name and then your last name. And notice that the password is identical. For example, the first time I log in, my username is bmenning and my password is bmenning. They match. So this is how your instructor has set this up, that the first letter of your first name and your last name, there is your username and password. So when I go in, I go ahead and I type my password and I click continue. Now, this is kind of what it should look like. You should have all of your homework assignments set up. They should all have due dates from your instructor. And this is what we want. Now, I've already changed my password because I don't want any of you logging into my business. So if you like your password being the same as your username, you can keep that. That's fine. If you would like to change your password, you do that through user settings. And you can see that it asks you for your current password, and then you would type in your new password twice to reset it. And at the bottom, you hit change user settings, and that will change your password. Again, you don't have to change your password, but if you would like to, that is how you do it. So once you are in, you are not going to see all of these instructor tools because you are not an instructor. You will simply see homework sets and grades more than likely. So I'm not going to hit the grades button because I have a lot of students and that's illegal. So we're just going to focus on the homework sets. Now, all of the homework sets have different number of problems. So section 2 has 19 problems, and you might say, what? That's a lot. Well, maybe, but some of them are fairly easy and fairly straightforward. So we want to make sure that we give you a wide variety. So some problems sets have maybe 19 or 20. Some will have 7. It totally depends on the topic and the section that we're in. So don't be overwhelmed. Just make sure you don't wait till the last minute. One thing I want to point out before we actually dig into the problems is notice over here on the right, you see where it says video lectures. Each section has videos that go with your book or your packet, and those videos are here on the right hand side. There are multiple spots where you can access these videos throughout the course, and this is just another spot. So if you get to the homework in section 2 and you start looking at a few problems and you realize, wow, I don't know how to do any of this, then you might want to jump in and watch a few videos, right? Or maybe you understand ratios and types of ratios, but those age dependency ratios are causing you some issues. Then maybe that's the video that you want to watch. So they're right there for you, easy to jump in and easy to kind of get to. Okay, so I want to just jump into a problem, and I think section 2 is not the best section for it. I'm just going to jump down to a different section. Section 17 is a pretty robust section. It's one of my favorites. And again, you can see there are a lot of videos that go with section 17 and only 8 homework problems. But if I would click on a problem, I hope this one works. Okay, so if you get a problem wrong 3 times, 2 different things may happen. And we use 3 because we don't want this to be, oh, I don't want to try the problem. I'm just going to get the hint. Well, no, you need to try a little bit to see what you know. So if you get a problem wrong 3 times, one of 2 things is going to happen. One thing that could happen is a video appears, right? And it's a hint. It will show as a hint. You click on that and you can watch the video. The video should be a similar problem with different numbers. It might be slightly different, but it should have the same context at least. And that might just trigger something in your brain and allow you to work through the problem. If you watch that video hint and you're still stuck, watch the video, you try it, you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing, email your instructor, right? I'm stuck on section 17, number 3. I watched the video and I don't get it, right? Your instructors are here to help you. So please, please, please email them. And you might have to email them, from IV Learn, not necessarily. Webwork email feature does not work. So make sure you email them from IV Learn. Now, the second thing that could happen is that a video does not appear. There is not a video hint for every problem. There's a lot, but not for every problem. So if you get to a problem, you're stuck, you've tried it 3 times, that video hint did not appear, email your instructor and say, hey, stuck on this problem. There's no video. Can you help me? There is a chance all of the instructors have my email and I create the videos for the problems. So if you need, or you can email me and I will get you a video for the problem. So make sure, you reach out to the people who are here to help you. Okay, but you can see on the problem here, it's the hint. You click on that hint and it says video example. So you just click video example and it will take you to a YouTube video. These videos and these hints are usually, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes depending on the problem, but they're pretty short because they're just one problem and they go through, set things up and talk about them. So that is a very, very helpful tool in Webwork. But again, remember, you must get the problem wrong 3 times before that hint will show up. So when my students email me and say, hey, I'm stuck on this problem, I go in and look at it. If they haven't tried it 3 times, I email back and say, hey, try it 3 times and see if you can get that video hint to pop up. Because while I do want to be helpful, I am not a crutch. And this is a learning issue, learning. So you want to learn a little bit as you're working through this. So I'm here to help when I see that you've put forth the effort to try to help yourself. I feel it's kind of a give and take there. So I do recommend that you work through the orientation first. Orientation is not part of your grade, but if you've never used Webwork, this might be very, very important. I think it's problem number 6. It's either 6 or 7. There's one of them that it's going to ask you to hit the solution button and you don't see the solution button. So when you get to that one, the answer, so this is kind of really good for students who are actually watching this. I don't know why I did that one, but if you get to the one and there's no solution, the answer is yes. So when you get to the orientation and you're frustrated, because I know people want that 100% because you can get that 100%, the answer is yes. And if you forget that, shoot me an email and I'll give it to you because I don't know why it still doesn't work. One more thing about the homework before I close off on this video. You can do these problems as many times as you want, right? If I do the first one and I submit the answer and it's not right, then I can try the next one and submit the answer and I can do it 45 times, and if I get it correct on the 45th time, I get 100%. So you're not docked for trying it multiple times. Also, I'm glad I did that. You see you have 3 blue boxes here. Preview your answer does nothing but show you what you answered. I think you know what you answered. You typed it in. The check answers will tell you if it's right or wrong. However, check answer does not record your answer. So submit answers is what actually records your work. So my recommendation to you is always hit submit. I don't care how many times you submit, hit submit 400 times. It doesn't matter because I've had 4 attempts and I still don't have any points because I got it wrong. That's okay. If I get it wrong on the next try, submit, boom, I got it right, go to my problem list, it's worth 100% on that problem. So it's super important that you hit submit because even if you check the answers and you get them all right, it will show up in our gradebook, the instructor gradebook, that you got a 0% because you did not submit your homework. So make sure you submit each number. All right, I think that's it for Webwork. If you have any other questions with that, feel free to shoot your instructor an email, or you can always shoot me an email. And my email, of course, in case you don't know, is bmenning@ivtech.edu, and I check it daily. So if you have questions about Webwork videos, anything, please let me know. If you're not in my course, it might be beneficial for you to tell me who your instructor is, because then I can reach out to them with more information for their class. So thanks for watching and enjoy Webwork for this fall semester.